following the Clippers' second-round exit, and we know that it was met with eye rolls. Now a Clippers beat reporter says he thinks Kawhi Leonard is the only untouchable on this roster. Let me translate. That's an ever-so-subtle shot at one Paul George. So, Antoine, let me start with you. Should the Clippers be willing to move on from everybody and anybody other than Kawhi?
No, that'll be crazy if they want to be a championship-level team. They're still there. Let's not get this confused. Obviously, they lost a Game 7. They're the top 4 team in the West still, with Golden State and Phoenix and some of the other teams that are going to be back out there and going to be good. But they're still in the mix. I don't think they have to look to add other pieces, but they got to decide what they're going to do. They do have 4 free agents that are key. I said this once before. Montrezl Harrell, Patrick Patterson, Morris, and then obviously Reggie Jackson. So they got some spots to fill, but they still are a championship-level team. They will be making a huge mistake to do that. And then the window is small. It's not like Kawhi Leonard has 4 or 5 years left. If he's doing low management and not practicing and not able to go 82 games and do both, your window is very small for where you're going to be able to compete for a championship. So you have to put all those things in perspective. So I think you stay packed. I think you actually may have to add a piece or two as far as veterans, but you got to rely on your 2 superstars. These guys are in the prime of their career. They failed. They choked. They should have some pride. I know we don't have a summer, but if they get a couple months off, they need to get in the gym and work on some things. And Kawhi Leonard has to make a commitment to playing basketball. Is that whether that's practicing more, getting into a better rhythm, being more aggressive. And that's where LeBron has separated itself from all the other superstars, mostly because LeBron's a great leader. And I'm not talking about on the court. I'm talking about off the court. He gets guys to buy into one system, one style, one goal, and he's the best at doing it right now in the league. And the Kawhi doesn't want to take that responsibility, and you don't really have anybody else on that roster that can do that. They're in trouble. They're going to have that. Those are things they need to address. It's not blowing the team up. It's not going to get you to an NBA title.
Listen, folks, the Clippers are stuck, and this is the spot that, by the way, Kawhi Leonard put them in. Kawhi Leonard signed there. But in order to sign there, he demanded they get Paul George. And because of that demand, OKC was able to hold the Clippers for a ransom. They have no assets to move other than Paul George. And dare I say, Paul George, with only 1 year left on his contract, coming off that playoff performance, you're not going to get a great return back for him. If they called up OKC and were like, let's just do the trade again, just the other way around, Sam Presti would laugh him off the phone. They couldn't even get 50% of what they traded away for Paul George. This is their team. They are capped out. They have no picks to move. And what was a few months ago, here's how the Warriors are going to acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo. That nonsense, that narrative has quickly become, here's how the Clippers are going to get Drew Holiday. How? Wait, with Patrick Beverly and Landry Shamet? Good luck. It ain't happening. This is your team. And the flaws that were laid to bear by the Denver Nuggets in this series are going to be the flaws next season. You don't have real rim protection, aside from the minute Zubac is on the court, and even then it's mediocre. You don't have a true point guard, and you got a bunch of one-way players. Harrell and Lou Williams one-way offensively, and then Patrick Beverly one-way defensively. And your issues with Kawhi, Antoine, and I just want you to expand on this a bit, I don't think those are necessarily fixable. If Kawhi has a medical condition to where he can't play but 60-some games and practice and not practice much, that's not going to change. And Kawhi, his whole life, has clearly been a guy who's not a very verbal, talkative, that type of leader. That's not going to change at nearly 30 years old either. So, Antoine, to me, their biggest issues are static. And I don't think they're going to fire the coach. They're not going to blow up the team. They're going to run it back and hope for a better result next year.
Yeah, I think you have no choice but to run it back. You made excellent points right there, Nick, about not having any room, any cap space, anything to do anything. So you have to run that back. But you got to put the pressure on Kawhi and Paul George to make that type of commitment. I think Paul George's playoff performance was horrible, obviously, but Kawhi Leonard, I don't think it happens overnight. But we can't continue to give him these built-in excuses where he doesn't have to do some of the things that other superstars have to do. If Kawhi Leonard cares about winning championships, if he cares about, really gives a care about his legacy, he would do the necessary things it takes to be the leader of this team. I don't know if it's going to happen overnight, but he has to step up. It's not just about play; it's the total package for Kawhi to get these guys to buy in. They are good enough to make a run. I'm not gonna say they're not good enough. They were one game from getting the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers. We don't know how that would have went, but they were right there. So you don't blow it up. You got to guys got to get better. I hate when a team doesn't do well and they don't meet their expectations. We always say, well, they got to go get all these people. How about the guys that's on the team get in the gym? How about Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams make a commitment to play a little defense, to put a body in front of somebody, take a charge? What about Pat Beverly continue to get better on the offensive end and make a shot? I'm tired of us always have to blow up the team and go get all these other players to do things that guys get paid millions of dollars for. Get in the gym and improve. And that's what they're going to need to do if they want to make a legitimate run at a championship.
Guys, I love hearing you guys go back and forth, but this is a lose-lose situation for the Clippers, and here's why. Like, you look at next year, the Lakers are going to be better than them. I say the Rockets are going to be better than them. I'll even throw the Suns in there. Golden State's going to be healthier. I think they're going to be better than them. And when you look at what's coming out of that locker room, talent only takes you so far. You need leadership. You need continuity. You need chemistry. They don't have that. When you say, this is my core, you got Paul George and you got Kawhi Leonard, and then you got guys that don't connect with them or push back on what they're embracing, whether it's load management and superstars acting like superstars, like you said, Twan. Well, I'm not going to do this because I'm Kawhi, or I'm going to do it this way because I'm Paul George. That's a recipe for disaster. For that reason, you have to blow it up. So you got to bring in guys that understand their role. You got to bring in guys that can embrace, whether it's not small ball, whether it's load management and it's superstars acting like superstars. This is just a recipe for disaster. You have to blow this up because talent only takes you so far. Well, I know you, Wilds, I know you know about leadership. You follow some great teams, and you talk about the Patriots, an all-time great leader, and Bill Belichick. I thought this was important, for something for us to look at when you look at, coach's take on his leadership, Kawhi's leadership. So look at this. Kawhi was a great player, but he wasn't a leader. Kawhi's talent will always be missed, but leadership wasn't his deal at the time. That may come as he progresses. This is Greg Popovich talking about Kawhi when they sent him to the Raptors in November. Yeah. So when you talk about leadership and you're saying, this is my team, Wilds, you don't know if Kawhi can be that. And it's kind of too late in his career to ask him to be something that he hasn't been.
Sure. When you said, "Wow, you know about leadership," I thought you were going to be like, "You're a great leader." And you're just like, "You like the Patriots." And I'm like, "Oh."
No. You just follow some great teams. That's it.
Here's I know everyone tunes in because it's the #1 show on cable television for your Clipper hatred and on YouTube. And Nick Wright is